here that's just bigger, you see one reflection. You do realize that.
So that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me
That
ask you another
doesn't make any
question. You
sense.
see this
Wow.
sun right here? You see
Does
this
any
sun?
other glower understand this?
Man, so
I
you
do
see
understand the
this?
explanation, but it doesn't work, I think.
Hold on.
Yes, it does.
Hey, do you see this sun right here? If you're watching my stream, do you see this sun?
I look.
One moment. Yeah, I see the
Oh, you
sun.
haven't looked at
So
his
how would the
video?
sun be over here?
No,
for
I
this
was
person?
looking, but I was off it for slightly.
How would the sun be over here for this person?
Well, okay, that's a different topic.
No, but this is the map we're talking about here. So all of these
We're talking
problems
about southern
are
stars
on this
first.
map.
We never brought up the southern sun. That's a whole nother topic that we can get into another time.
Well, we're gonna get into it right now. All right. So
No,
so
because I
the
actually
sun is
have to
right
go.
here.
I actually
The
have to
sun
go.
is
As I
right
said at
here.
the beginning.
How does the sun do this for this person?
Why are you getting into that topic?
I know.
Are you going to
It's
focus
tough.
on the
Why
topic
does
we
it-
have now, or are you going to do your red herring like you always like to do?
Hold on. Answer
This
the
is the way
question. How
Globers
does the
do it.
sun-
You ask them for proof that Earth orbits, they're like, oh, well, here's a proof of rotation. And you're like, I can dunk all over that, but you guys...
Answer the question. How does the sun do this?
I'm definitely not going to answer that because of your bad
I know. It's
I would-
really, I know.
If you want to come on another time where we're specifically talking about that, I will do that. I promise I will.
I mean, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing because the stars do this too.
No, it's a red herring fallacy.
All the stars do this in the south and the sun.
Red herring fallacy.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Wow. Okay.
So how does the sun end up over here? And at the same time, it's over here for Australia. How is that?
Well,
They can see the sun over here.
I'll
at
give
the
a
same
quick
time
explanation.
that these people can see the
And
sun over here.
I'll give a quick explanation if you promise not to go back to that afterward and get back to Southern Stars.
Your
So what I think-
explanation doesn't make any sense, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I literally explained it, and you guys should watch the videos. So think about I think that you're only seeing the reflection during the southern summer, like the
reflecting off
the
of.
solar sun, which is circling. It's hidden within the vortex. It's higher up in the vortex. I'm still working on making, but I think you're only seeing the reflection. That's the only sun you see, the reflection. You're not seeing the source sun at all. So
What's it
with the
reflecting off of? And where's the source of the reflection?
the source would be within the vortex.
Within what
Central
vortex? Where?
The central vortex.
What vortex?
The central vortex at the North Pole. That's how magnetic fields work. They have a vortex in the center.
That's not good, Lord.
Oh my God. Dude, see the problem
Hey, look
is
at a
you're
magnet.
so late to the game. You're such a new flat earther and you're so late to the game.
Hey,
you don't
I've been a
realize
flat
that
earther
flat
for
earthers
8 years. I've been a flat earther for 8 years.
They don't ascribe to this map anymore because
I don't care
of
if they don't
problems.
ascribe to this map anymore. I'm showing other people and they're being convinced. I'm showing Globers. They're like many Globers I talk to are becoming flat earthers.
I don't think so.
That's true. I would bring them on.
That is retarded. That's actually retarded to say that.
No, actually,
your model.
There are new flat earthers that I'm making all the time. Okay.
Your model right doesn't.
And do you know what I do? Do you know what I do? I record conversations with you to show to them, and they agree that you guys are being stupid.
Okay, so record this. I'm streaming right now on YouTube. So check this out. I'm streaming right now on YouTube. You can record this stream and then show it to them, and then have them try and explain why in Antarctica the sun does this. Why is it doing this?
I literally just explained it.
In addition to the thing he explained,
I remember when
you have all these rotations that is happening. Apparently, when all of them are looking up, you have many different rotational poles. I don't know how many there are. You didn't really explain that. In addition, they all have to be. In addition, they all have to be equidistant. They all have to have the same angle to each other. Undistorted, because that's how it is in reality. When it's literally the only reason why are you moaning?
Because you guys are painful.
Yeah,
I know. You don't have an argument.
The truth kind of hurts.
You don't have an argument. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's
I think
see
you're
the
in
fire.
trouble.
So when I said you wouldn't see multiple rotations because you're only looking at one mirror. Now,
Oh,
Yeah, but
so
they're
this-
standing on each
first of all,
other. They're standing on each other's side of the earth.
maybe your audience
They look
should
at
know the
the
difference between looking at two mirrors and one gigantic mirror.
Yeah,
So
but
one person
word salad.
can't look.
They are
So,
even if they are looking, even if it's a reflection or not, the fact that let's say it's a mirror there, and that's what your hypothesis is saying. Like you're saying, it's a mirror there. They see a rotation, but they can also measure every single star and their distance between them. So it doesn't matter if it's a real star you're looking at or if it's a reflection. You're still seeing it, and it needs to your model needs to compensate for all the stars having the
It
same
does.
distance to each other.
It does.
How?
All the model,
How?
every single model I've seen, it shows that you would have that same result.
I don't care if you say it does. Can you show us? Tell me how.
Okay, watch that one model I sent. Okay.
Yeah, I can show you like a very simple demonstration. I can make one in Paint.
Oh, then watch
So-
the video.
let me
Okay.
do something.
No, I'm not gonna watch
gonna
the
be
video.
done.
If you can't
They don't-
explain it,
I'll
if you
come
can't
back
explain
later
it,
when I
you
have
are not
time, 'cause
worth
I've
anything.
stayed on here far too long. I've stayed on here
Okay,
far too
bye.
long. I'll come
Bye.
back later. Okay. You
Bye.
guys have a good one.
Bye. That was a waste.
That was fun. Wow.
I had
He's
a really
literally
He had to be
like-
trolling. He cannot mean that seriously, can he?
Yeah,
What?
I don't think he's good.
What in the world is he talking about?
I want to know
He's
what the
trying to
albedo is of a
justify the
magnetic
eight-
field.
Yes, he's trying to justify the E map again.
Yeah.
He's like a new flyer thing, but he's saying that he's been here for 8 years, but where? He sounds like he's in his 20s. So 8 years ago, he probably would have been, I don't know, 15.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you say sun's reflection high up in the vortex? I heard those words together for some reason.
Yeah,
The vortex. Yeah, that one disturbs me.
vortex.
and he posted
What?
a video from No Fanfare.
Yeah,
Jesus.
God almighty.
Yeah.
Where are these actual stars in his model?
From what I heard, apparently it's some, the old reflection, and it's a perfect reflection, but it's not a perfect reflection.
Yeah, but if we're seeing but if we're
concave
seeing
mirror on one side.
if we're seeing the stars in the northern hemisphere, the actual stars in the northern hemisphere is what we're seeing. Then the southern hemisphere is just a reflection. What is it reflecting? It's reflecting off of the firmament, according to him. So
Which is a convex mirror.
why are we not seeing a reflection off the same firmament here in the northern hemisphere?
Pixies go and turn those lights off so we don't get confused.
It depends, I guess. So that's why I'm asking. Where the hell does he think the stars are?
I guess in the firmament.
If they're beneath the firmament, then why don't we see their reflection in the firmament in the northern hemisphere?
I know.
Well,
He what he did last time I spoke to him is he took some screenshot of the Southern Cross. He claimed it was from Stellarium and said it was in the northern hemisphere. But he didn't tell me where he got the screenshot from. He wouldn't show me. It was just a random screenshot with the Southern Cross, saying that it was in the northern hemisphere.
obviously, nothing like that can work.
No.
I mean, just because it's impossible doesn't mean they can't say it.
Well, that's true.
Oh, they can say whatever they want.
I saw a video from someone named Killer Whale, which I appreciated the citation. And I also saw, and I put in the text chat, that they had cited conversations with random people.
Oh, now he's posting one from Space Audits. Oh God.
Well, I don't know if those people are random or not. Is space audits the same as where Shane and Alan
Yes.
are? Is that okay?
That's those.
All right. I get confused about all the different auditors out there because there's a lot of people that think they're auditors.
They're auditing space, apparently. Whatever.
That is a big fucking job.
Witz is successfully audited NASA, isn't he?
Yeah, that never went anywhere. He tried.
Well, you know, we got Mikey up here. He's suing the CSA, apparently, for lying to our entire population about the existence of, I guess, like everything, the solar system, anything beyond our atmosphere.
That's hilarious.
Right.
And he is hilarious. But I do have to apologize for Mikey because he somehow ended up living in my country.
That's hilarious.
It's definitely something.
Our soul lore system. Exactly. They're trying to lure you into that. They're trying to take your soul.
They're trying to take my soul. I don't have a soul.
That's what they want you to
soulless.
believe. See that? They convinced you.
No, and how could I eat babies for breakfast every morning if I wasn't soulless?
Yeah, why would you need to eat babies for breakfast if you didn't require the sustenance of souls? Exactly.
But those babies are soulless as well. I eat them before their souls come. I make sure none of them have been christened or anything. Like, I get them fresh.
You're begging the question.
I'm begging what question?
That they have no souls. You're saying I get the ones that are soulless. You're just assuming they have no souls. You know that you require sustenance of the spirit.
Nope, there's no such thing.
You've been
I
lured.
can't eat something that doesn't exist.
You have been lured.
I have not. I tell you, when I go to the bait and tackle shop, the one thing I've noticed is that lures don't have to catch fish. They just have to catch fishermen.
When's it going to end, No Tanks? What do you think? What's going to be the defining moment where flat earthers finally realize, wait a minute, we might be wrong about this? When's that going to be?
Oh, you can't be wrong. You can't be wrong about something that's true. That's the issue. Like if you have justified true belief, which is knowledge of something, you can't unknow something.
Yeah, but like, what's going to be the thing that when you guys realize, like, oh shit, we've been wrong? What do you think that would be? What would it be for you?
Well, there's things you can be wrong about. Yeah, sure. Like we could be wrong about maybe space is nothing. Maybe nothing actually exists. I don't know. We could be wrong about that. But yeah, there's certain things you can't be wrong about.
No, I mean, okay. I'm trying to understand or ask the question, like, what would it take for you to realize that you were wrong?
Yeah, I mean, wrong about what?
About the shape of the Earth, about the existence of space, like the solar system, and planets.
Like if you were to witness something specific, or become engaged in the understanding of some evidence that you've previously misunderstood or not heard about, what type of thing would convince you of reality versus like what you hold to be real now?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I could be like maybe the sun is not what I think it is, right? But that will not change the shortest distance between 2 points being a straight line established by the water level. It just can't change it.
That's true, and that line is curved, and it's a great circle on our globe. We all agree that that's a straight line.
The shortest distance can't be curved. That's what I'm saying. So it can't be.
Well, a chord line is even shorter, but having been involved with tunneling, I can tell you it's easier to walk around.
Well, a straight line on a curved surface, geodesic, is the shortest path.
Yeah, that would be the case. That would be the case. Yeah, on a surface like that.
Like geometrically, a chord line is a shorter distance, but it's just a really hard way to get places on Earth. On a gas planet, it might be reasonable, but you probably die in the process.
Yeah, so there's nothing I can't change. Like, so when I get like a water level and I raise one end a little bit higher, and it flows to the lower end, I can't change that. Like this, not knowing what the sun is or isn't won't change that.
How could I possibly explain to you the geometry of what's actually going on the Earth when you use that water level? Is there any way that I could explain it again where you'd actually understand what's going on, or is that like out of the question?
It's out of the question.
Okay. Yeah, then I won't bother then.
Yeah, that stuff can't be changed. Like we just can't. I can understand. Like I can understand the model, like where water flows uphill while at rest on a globe. But
water doesn't flow uphill. Come on.
It's always been demonstrated to me.
No, it
doesn't. So the water's not higher in the middle.
What gravity does. The mass of the Earth. The mass of the Earth keeps pulling it towards it.
Let's try this. Let's try this. Theoretically, right? We're gonna pretend the Earth is a globe. It's got water and land on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a force that's pulling all the water to the center of the Earth.
Yes.
Is water going to flow uphill on that theoretical imaginary model?
No, but it'll meander all over the place on the topography of the Earth while trying to get to the center.
Right, I'm asking no tanks.
Oh, okay, sorry. No tanks. You explain it.
Maybe he cut out. Maybe he dropped out for a second.
Yeah, he's probably went to go get his water level and fill it with some water so he could double check.
Yeah, I was just emailing somebody. What do you say? Yeah, like I didn't hear exactly. Yeah, it's demonstrated always in all situations that water will flow downhill. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna pretend, right? We're gonna imagine that the Earth is a globe, and there's a force on this globe, this round ball that's fake. It's not real. That has a force that's pulling everything towards the center. The atmosphere, the water, everything. Is the water on that theoretical sphere going to flow uphill?
While at rest, yeah, for sure.
Why would it flow uphill if everything is being pulled towards the center?
Yeah, I mean, it would depend on your reference frame. Like from me at the edge of a calm lake, the water, right? So like I'm at the edge and you're at the edge on the other side, right? And then for me to get to you, I have to the water as I cross the lake is higher than where I began.
But it's not. Remember, we're all on a sphere everything is being pulled toward the center of the sphere. So everywhere
the shortest distance between me and you would be a straight line, would be a chord line that would dissect the surface of the water, where there would be a sagitta in the middle where it would be higher. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But every point along that line is being pulled towards the center of the Earth, which is at one point.
Yeah, that's the imagination of it. Yeah.
Right. So water wouldn't be able to flow uphill.
Of course it would.
On a surface like that.
Of course, that's what it would have to do, right? So if me and you got the water level, right? Like you've heard this before, right? Like go get a 3-point water level, right? And if we get both ends, I have one end, you have the other end, and they're at the same, we have it so that the water's at rest, it stops moving. If we added a third one in the middle, it would be higher than the two ends.
Pull a string between the two. You're right. It would be higher.
There you go. Yeah. So water
because the Earth is curved, but that's not water running uphill. That's the equipotential of gravity on the Earth pulling it to where it should.
If something's being pulled, is it moving?
It can flow, yeah. Like gravity causes water to flow. I think like anyone that's been to a river fucking knows that.
Yeah, they go downhill, but on a globe they go uphill. In the middle.
No, they don't.
It's not uphill.
That's a ridiculous misunderstanding. I think my question, No Tanks, is: Are you like a Poe, or are you like you actually misunderstand this? Like,
no, I understand it, but yeah, it will be uphill in regards to the straight line established by the water level, shortest distance between 2 points.
What force would be pulling it uphill?
Gravity.
But gravity is going towards the center of the Earth, which is down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how is it flowing up? So how is the water flowing up a mountain uphill?
Yeah, gravity. It's not. It's only at rest. When it's at, well, not only then, but I'm talking about at rest.
Rivers flow because of gravity.
Well, I mean, whatever you call that.
Well, what do you call it? What? No,
We don't have to call it gravity. We
I don't
can
think
call
rivers.
it.
What causes a river? What causes a river to flow? What makes the river flow on no tanks as Earth?
Well, like in reality, one end being higher than the other, as well as like the seasons, where it's and what I mean is we have like snow caps and there's certain places that need to freeze over, and then the biogeochemical water cycle occurs, and then it melts, and then heats, it melts, and the water flows down from mountains and such.
Yeah, all that is true, and rain happens, but like, what's pulling it down? Why does it not stick to the mountain and just stay put?
Well, it will stick and stay put if everything's at an equal elevation, like a lake. But when one end is higher than the other, then the water will flow to the lower end.
All right, let's try this.
Why?
Let's try this. Hold on. Let's try this real quick.
Because they're out of balance.
We have a sphere that's a perfectly round sphere. Perfectly round, no elevation changes at all. So every point on that sphere is equidistant to the center. Now we're going to put water on that sphere. And on this sphere, all of the water is 100 feet deep. Every single point on this sphere. Is the water going to flow anywhere?
Well, like it's at rest, but it's being acted on in your guys' paradigm. It's being acted on by gravity.
So it's not going to flow anywhere, right?
Well, if something's being acted on, then it's in motion.
No, but it's all the water and all the land is equidistant from the center. Is it going to flow anywhere?
Well, if you mean move from its place, no.
No, it's not going to flow. If I put one mountain on this globe, this theoretical globe, right? Just 1,000-foot mountain. Is the water going to flow up the mountain?
On the globe, let's see, up the mountain. Now that would be like in reference to the mountain. If it's just the one point, let's just say if you're doing like one position, there's no, there's no like dimensionality to that. So if you're saying, well, if I'm standing at this position, am I up or down? Well, in relation to what? It has to be in relation to something else. So then no. If the mountain is the reference frame, then no.
No, the water's not going to flow uphill. It's not going to flow up the mountain because all the water on this earth is all being pulled towards the center and it's not moving. So it's not going to flow uphill.
It has to be moving. I mean, if there's energy being imparted, gravity imparting its being imparted onto this water, then
down. It's down. Everything is down. There's no waves. There's no currents. There's no waves.
Yeah, but like you gotta remember,
still water
in your paradigm.
It's just still water on this theoretical globe. It's a smooth marble. And all the water is 100 feet deep. The one mountain on this globe is 1,000 feet. The water is not going to flow anywhere. It's not going to flow uphill. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to sit there.
Oh yes, it is. If you take like more positions. So like if I'm on one side of the mountain and you're on the other side of the mountain, and we drew the shortest distance straight line established by the water level between us, you would see that the water is actually creeping up the mountain. It's getting higher.
So we've established that the water is not going to flow up the mountain, right?
No, it is. You can draw it out.
How?
You'll see it's higher on one end than the other.
How is it flowing up the mountain though? There's no current. There's no waves. Anything.
Exactly. You tell me. That's why I can't. I mean, like I said, I could be wrong. The sun is or isn't. I can be wrong about I don't know what's holding clouds in the sky.
We know wrong about earthers are wrong about the sun. We understand. We know that. I mean, we've been trying to explain to you guys that you're wrong about this for a long time. But I mean, you guys are trying to cling to it. Which I mean, I get it. It's kind of hard to let go of a belief. I get it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no belief to it. I know it. It's been demonstrated repeatedly. Like I know for a fact. I've shown it myself, and I always challenge other people to go do this also, so that they can know it themselves. And I in reality have established 3 points of equal elevation. I've done it. There was no slope. There was no like if you put a smooth marble, like you had mentioned, on the platform established by the shortest distance and the 3 points of equal elevation, there would be no slope. The marble will not move. It won't roll.
The marble's not supposed to move.
Yeah, it's not going to move because it's
Yeah,
balanced.
it's not
All ends of the platform will be balanced.
exactly. No one's. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I challenge
If I had
everybody to establish 3 points of equal elevation and come back. Then you'll have knowledge of it. No.
No takes. Can I ask you a question about that? Because I've been listening to this. I just want to understand. Do you think that globe Earth proponents actually misunderstand the difference between Earth curve and altitude above sea level, or
Yes, they do.
is that what you? So you think we don't understand that, and you're explaining it to us correctly? Is that what's going on here?
Well, I know that you guys, believe that this would be the case on a globe, that this would be the altitude and elevation at a point, right? But we don't live on a point.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you don't believe the model. I'm just wondering, do you think we hold the model and misunderstand our model to the point where we cannot distinguish between altitude above sea level of like elevation and topography versus curvature of the Earth? Like, do you think we misunderstand how that would work, and that we should be considering Earth curve to be uphill and downhill, that's a hill we have to climb, as opposed to being on flat, level surface to us in a small area, that we don't feel that we're walking up an incline until there's topography to create an incline?
Yeah, it would be such a small change you wouldn't feel it.
Yeah. No, these were charges that they flagged. I don't know how.
Fuck you, Omni.
Omni was Omni hot miking, or was that
he went into the wrong room and kept talking shit.
No, okay. All right. Well, maybe Omni will come back and explain it to us later. So no tanks. How do you think? Like when you do that, you were talking about a water level. I think. How do you measure? How does that work on a flat Earth for you? Like why is the one in the middle up higher?
Well, it's not in reality, it's not. But on the model, it is.
Yeah, but in reality, it is. It is. Like if you pull the string between the two on the edge, the one in the middle would be different. It would be very, very small amount unless you could do it over a very long distance. But how do you explain that on the flat Earth? What's going on in the flat Earth?
Well, there's nothing. So with the water level, you can have a 300 meter water level. You can go, 1,000 feet. The water level.
You could probably have 15 miles of it. It doesn't really matter. If you could hold it up high enough, you're going to be able to get them to equalize because gravity does its thing. But
they got to be held at the same. What I'm saying is the third point that you always, guys, people are like, oh, it would be this, right? I've established a third point. I just move the water level to the wherever I want.
Well, it'd be better to do 3 all at once, but yeah, I get what you're saying. You could keep checking them, and you would find that with a water level, you would not be able to distinguish a difference in elevation.
Of course you would.
You'd consider them to be level to one another for sure, and they wouldn't be in reality, but it would certainly work for any project you were building with a water level. That once you got one long enough to matter, you would find it to be an impractical tool, and you'd switch to using a theodolite to laser.
Well, that's like an appeal to possibility.
It's not. Some things are not physically impossible, but so complicated to accomplish and so unwieldy that no one would waste their time doing it.
Yeah, right. No one would try to disprove. Yeah, nobody tries to disprove that the water level establishes a plane of reference. Nobody does, because they know it. They know that's what it does.
Nobody uses the wrong tool for the job when they know anything about what they're doing, right?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but yeah, the third point, so you just move the water level to wherever you want, and then that's 3 points. Now you can do three you'll know it's three coplanar points if you measure the interior angles to add up to 180 degrees, which is what you do with it. It's what you do with it.
But if you did that with a theodolite, you would find reciprocal zenith angles would tell you that that's not what was going on if you took them from each of those same points.
Yeah, but what are the odds, right? Like, what are the odds that the water level, tried and true, right, and always establishes this thing versus vision, or optics, or hyperbolic geometry and converging rails and clouds that appear to be going towards the horizon.
Reality isn't
which one's more likely to be making a little itty bitty mistake?
Reality isn't a casino. There's what is, and then there's whatever thing you're talking about. The odds that reality will measure out to be reality are like so far like 1 in 1. Like
I don't know
that's
exactly.
just the way it is.
What I'm saying is that the water level, tried and true, provable. Right? You can prove geometrically the shortest distance between verticals is a horizontal straight line, right? And that's what is established with the water level. You can prove that. Now,
and that line is parallel to a chord line on our Earth.
Yes, all horizontals are parallel to each other. Yeah.
Parallel to a chord line on the Earth.
Yeah, whatever above it, on it, under it. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's parallel to a chord line. Do you understand what that entails?
Yeah, there's some curve somewhere in between.
Yeah,
parallels.
The curvature of the Earth is in between those two parallel lines. The one that
that would be a change in elevation.
Level points marked from a water level, not a change in elevation.
It would be a change in the elevation from the line established, the plane established by the water level.
That is absolutely untrue. Do you understand that people like myself that have done measurements like this and worked with measurements like this know what's going on and have measured it and seen what's going on and do not misunderstand what you're saying.
It would absolutely be the case, like you said, that if there was a chord line and a curve, right, and an arc, that there would be when you measure from one to the other, there would be a change in elevation to the arc from the chord.
There would not. You would feel zero change in elevation if you were able to find a section of Earth where the ground was at the same sort of equipotential pull of gravity as like on the surface of a lake. You ever walked across frozen lake, no tanks?
So why is it done that the waves in large ship model times curves as they are at the exact same height above the surface of water at rest?
I didn't quite catch all of that. I'm sorry. Sure.
No, I said, why is it that waves in large ship model soaring times curve? They are at the exact same elevation above the surface of the water at rest for the whole length of the soaring time.
I think I'm having an audio issue because I'm like missing some of the words you're saying aren't coming through. I think, but it could be where I'm at. I'll let someone else have a chat now because I don't. I haven't
it could be me. Let me try again. Rails in large ship model towing tanks are at the exact same elevation above the surface of still water, and they curve.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That makes sense. On still water, it would just follow the curve, and there would be no elevation change. Yeah. But no tanks feels like they would walk uphill if they like walked across a frozen lake. If a still lake froze without a lot of like atmospheric disturbance at the time. I've been on some pretty rough sections of lake, but it's still relatively flat when it freezes.
Yeah, they have a light test for that. You know, they did a frozen lake light test for that.
Yeah, like right
that?
at the surface, it would be probably a shitty measurement because of like the atmosphere interacting with the frozen lake, like the temperature differential. But yeah, I think like if you went like a few feet above or a meter or so above, you'd probably get some pretty decent measurements. And you would, once you account for refraction, I'm sure you could get a pretty decent measurement.
Yeah, they did it. I mean, they did it already, and all the lights appear to lie on along the same plane. But I'm going to be getting off in a second. But
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they have that test.
Don't scream too loud.
What?
So I was just yanking your chain there when you said you were going to be getting off in a second. Yeah, thank you for the rim shot. Appreciate it. Yeah, no takes. You are a pleasant but frustrating person to talk to.
Oh shucks! Now I'm really going to get off.
Yeah,
you talking all sweet like that.
No, I know. I appreciate that you don't like shout and yell and all that stuff, but I still can't quite wrap my head around what it is that's causing. Like I don't like. What I'm not getting is how you're not understanding that in our model we don't recognize curve as a change in elevation on a still water body. Like yeah. Oh, you do understand that we don't. Okay. You're just saying we should, like we're wrong to not get that, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Like you're allowed to be wrong.
All right, well, I'm pulling up to this thing. All right, that's all.
All right, bye. I don't know if that worked. I think I just hit a weird button.
All right. Take care.